Hello, hello, this is Alert Wolf here, bringing you another review. This time I'm giving you Batum, Episode 5. This one's called Attack. Now, it starts off with Sakamoto and Taira. They're eating food. He's thanking him again, and he's actually crying because to think somebody would risk their life to save him and, you know, protect him when he was injured. So very, very moving stuff for him, and they're eating a cup of noodles and all that. And you have Sakamoto. He has a realization, like, I wonder what I'm doing here. I wonder how did I get here, or why I was chosen. And you see a flashback, and this goes back to my second review. When I adopted my theory of the beginning. After watching the first episode, which was my original theory, is I thought he killed his mother and that's why he was there. And then when I realized she was still alive, that she was the one who sent him there because she signed the thing. And that's what we learn in the flashback. She filled out the chain letter and signed him out. That's why she had that dead look in her eye. And that's what we learn in the flashback. So I was right. Now, I'm going to put this out there. I do look at the Wikipedia page, but only to remember, because I don't remember these characters' names sometimes, so I'll refer to it only for that. I won't read the page to learn the story, because I feel like that defeats the purpose, because I'm watching it. So, I had, you know, and I don't read the manga for this, if there is a manga. I have no idea. Yeah, no, I think there is a manga. There's a manga. There's definitely a manga. So, I'm just putting that as a disclaimer. So, I don't look ahead. You know, this is all my guesses on the story I'm watching. So basically, the body of the fat dude, killed by Himiko in the second episode, floats downriver. And so, they're looking, you know, he's looking to see who did it. So he climbs upriver. And again, he says, dude, you know, Taira's like, leave me behind. He's like, never say anything that said again. Just stay here and hide. I'm going to go check it out. Because they're friends now. And when he goes up to check it out, he finds another dead body with the thing missing. Taira, who I think is the man, he's quick on his feet, man. He gets the jewel off the fat guy, so nothing's going to waste. So far so that's good, man. He is useful. He is useful. He is injured right now, but he is useful. And then this is when we get the you know, we go back to Sakamoto. He's looking at the hill and he sees there's Himiko standing there, and she has plenty of bombs and she knows he's there because she felt the ping. So she throws the chemical grenade in the air, but it doesn't hit him, but it hits downwind or upwind, whatever. Right, upwind of him. So the thing is being blown at him. So he figures out real fast that it's the type of gas that dissolves you if it hits you. So he's running to avoid it. And she figured, basically, and it dissolves the dead body, and, you know, she figured out his scheme, and she's like, she lured him out so she would have the drop on him. And she has the drop on him, she has a percussion grenade in her hand, and she's ready to kill him. And he's like, she has 4 backpacks, this must be an evil bitch, she must have killed so many people to get these things, and she's gonna kill me. So he tries to talk her down, and he tries to explain what's going on. And, you know, basically, she's still very much traumatized. I mean, I know the King of Lightning said this on his video review on, when this happened to her, that she was going to be seriously messed up, and he was absolutely right, because she is not right in the head. So she backs down for a second. So he goes to walk towards her. You know, he's like, listen, I don't want to play this game. I know that the people responsible, the people behind the game. Let's just talk it out. We can help each other and try to escape off this island. And for a second, she calms down. And then he takes 2 steps towards her. And she's like, oh, you're just trying to rape me again. And she fucking she reignites the grenade and throws it at him. He does a complete dive to the ground. It misses. And he's like, this bitch is trying to kill me. So he rushes her through the smoke. He goes at her. She's remarkably quick. She sidesteps him. I thought that was very impressive. I mean, we've already seen her fighting skills, so we know she could fight. And they're going back and forth. She tries to tase him. He's ducking. He's weaving. He's bobbing. She's trying to get him. They're moving. And he's like, oh, maybe you don't even speak Japanese. I'm going to try to speak something else, because he realizes she's blonde hair and blue eyes, and he was trying to speak something. She goes, no, I'm Japanese. You're just not going to get me. And he's like, what are you talking about? She goes, you attacked me. And he goes, I didn't attack you. You attacked me first, crazy lady. And she goes to stun him, and he had fallen at this point. It was going to hit him in the head. And he gets a flashback of what happened to him. And that flashback, you know, of him getting stunned in the head. So he just reacts at an impulse. And he kicks her arm, so her arm hits the metal briefcase she's holding. She stuns herself and gets knocked out and collapses on top of him. And he's like, oh, this crazy bitch, wake up, wake up. But she's on him, her tits are on him, she has big tits. And he's like, oh man, she smells good too. He goes, no, I'm gonna cut this shit out of me. So he puts her down, and he lays her down, and he's like, I better get the bombs off of her in case she fucking wigs out again. So he takes the bombs from her, and he's like pulling it, and it's almost like, he even says it, he's like, it's almost like I'm taking off her pants or something, right? I feel dirty doing this. And he does it. He goes, but what if I did? And you know, she's laying in front of him, and her panties are showing, and they animated like full vagina with the panties over, and he's like, she's wearing like pink panties. He's like, I should just peek, you know. And the pervert part of him takes over, you know, and she's knocked out, not like she's gonna notice, and this is what he's thinking. And he's like, for a second there, he was gonna do it. He was gonna peek in the panties. I don't know if he was gonna touch her, but you're on that slippery slope once you start peeking. So he peeked at the panties, and he's like thinking about it. She moved. It snapped him out of it. He's like, he pulled the pants, the skirt back down. And he's like, that was a close call, man. I don't know what the hell I was thinking just now. You know, it snapped him out of it. And then he realized, wait a minute. The dude didn't have his pants on. He must have tried to rape her. And he put it all together. He's like, this poor girl. So the next scene you see is she's having a flashback, like, dream in her head of you know, the fat dude trying to rape her. And she wakes up, and Sakamoto, you know, is just holding her. He's carrying her basically towards the campsite, or towards the river where they're camping out, because you know, she's, you know, she can't move. She's barely, you know, she's very she can't move on her own. She was unconscious. She goes to try to move, and her arm is like all numb. He's like, you're gonna be numb for a while. You just knocked yourself out with your taser. She goes, oh. And she reaches in her pocket, pulls out a timer grenade that she was keeping just in case. She's like, you're not going to rape me. I'd rather die than have you rape me. And she clicks it, and the timer starts going off, and that's all she can think. And in his head, he's like, yeah, this is not a bluff. She's really going to do this. So he presses the button and turns off the bomb. And he's like, listen, I'm not going to hurt you. You know, I know what you must have been through hell. I'm not going to hurt you. And so they go, and they're sitting at the campsite, and Tara is like, hey man, you must have been through hell. I'm sorry to hear you've been through something, but don't worry, you know, you have us. We're not going to do anything weird to you. We're safe. We have plenty of food. We have plenty of bombs. Nobody's going to fuck with us. We're pretty good right now. And, you know, if you help us out and we'll help you out, we're all going to be good. And then, you know, we're going to make it out of here. And she's like, we have no place to go. The people that somebody we know each turned us in to be on this island, wanted us to disappear, and they're like, no, this is bullshit. You know, and this further confirms my theory from episode 2, which was modified from my theory from 1. And, you know, she's like, no, I know. He goes, you know, Sakamoto's like, how would you know? You know, they didn't tell us this. She goes, oh, they told me, I asked. You know, because she was aware of the chain letter. And aware that her friend knew about it. She's like, yeah, have you done something recently that someone would hate you over? And Taira's like, you know, yeah, come to think about it, at my store, you know, because my family loves me, but at my store I got into a big fight. And basically we have alright, so there's, and then we have, you know, you have Sakamoto thinking about it. He's like, nobody. And then he thought about it. And oh, I completely just skipped this. But he thought about it and realized it was his mom. Now we get a flashback of his mom, and I think I skipped where it belongs in the story, but it doesn't matter. I'm putting it right here. The flashback, or not flashback, we get an update on what his mom is doing. And his stepfather walks into the house, and he's asking for both of them because he doesn't know what's going on. And he finds the mom in the bathroom, and she's trying to commit suicide by slitting her wrists and putting it in a bathtub, and she looks crazy. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, cut it out. And he's trying to help her out. She's like, I did the worst thing a mother can do. And we get the confirmation that, you know, she signed the paperwork, you know, and she's telling him she did it. And that I knew you didn't have a job, but you know, what's his face is a douchebag. And she's like, I feel cold. And then that's the last you see of it. So you get the idea if he doesn't act fast, you know, and he's been pretending to go to work so his family didn't worry, the stepfather. And so we also get, now let's go back to where we were in the story. Actually, I think I put that flashback in the right spot, to be honest with you. Because then he realizes that he was the one that threw the controller at his mom. He was the one that talked shit about his dad. He realized, or stepdad, he realized it was his mother. And that's a fucked up realization. That's fucked up, because to realize that you were such a douche, you were such a douche to your family, that your mother wished you disappear and die a horrible, horrible death. That's fucked up. That's not right. And he's not right after hearing it. But before he even has time, you know, well, you know what? And after that, but let's not even go there. After that, Taylor's like, listen, you know, because she's crying. He's like, listen, it doesn't matter. We can work things out when we get home with the people we've wronged. It's not too late. And that's a sign of hope, and I do like that. But before any of them have time to digest this, they hear rustling in the trees behind them. You know, they use the radar. It doesn't ping anybody, but they still hear the rustling. They use the flashlights. They see, like, eyes glowing back at them. And they're Komodo fucking dragons. Or Gila monsters, I don't know. Komodo dragons, big fucking lizards. At least 3 or 4 of them are now chasing them. What's worse is, you know, Himiko is still numb and can barely move after tasering herself. And Taira still has that twisted ankle. You know, that didn't just heal. Or his knee, not ankle, his knee that's messed up. You know, and so that's pretty much the episode. They're gonna have to run away, and they're in a lot of trouble. Now, I will say this: I did miss a flashback. There was a tiny flashback with Himiko saying her friend told her and showed her the paper that she had to make her disappear. The friend that they did get raped because she didn't save her, but in the end she did save her because they would have probably killed these bitches. But alright, that being said, was a lot of backstory again in this episode. Some action. The action between Himiko and excuse me, Sakamoto, I thought was very good. It's a lot of foreshadowing on how badass these two guys, or this guy and girl actually are. If they work together, they'd be great. And we finally got the main characters together. This is a great episode. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. And again, I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, hey, Alert Wolf, you have yet to rate a 5 out of 5 out of the show. And the show has been amazingly awesome episode after episode after episode. So what are you doing here? And you know what it is? You know what it is? I'm going to just say this. I don't judge shows based on other shows. For example, when I do the ratings on the episodes, I judge them based on, well, based on the series itself, right? Based on my first inklings. And then from there, I base it on the show. So the first few reviews may have just been me writing it. But once I realized the caliber of show, now I'm going to say this right now, unless they fuck up the ending, the whole show is going to get a 5 out of 5 from me. Like, the whole show. But the reason why each individual episodes are only getting 4s, and you'll see maybe some of my Transformers Prime reviews, and I'm rating episodes 5, and you're like, these are just as good, is because I feel like this show is on a different caliber than, say, some other shows out there. And so I feel like eventually they're going to show me their best, which they haven't done yet. They haven't pulled out all the stops, you know what I mean? So I feel like when they reach their 5, it's a different caliber than, say, another show reaching their 5. That's just the way I review and rate things. So I know, like, what I'm trying to say is, I know what their best work is, so I'll rate that accordingly. If this is their best work, and it's the best thing I'm going to get out of this show, then I know this show, that was their 5 out of 5. But with Batum, I haven't seen their best yet. I know there's better. And I'm not saying they're not great. What I'm saying is, I feel like they're going to show me something that's just going to blow me away. And a couple of these episodes, I really wanted to rate a 5 out of 5. Like I said, unless they fuck up the ending, this show's going to get a 5 out of 5 from me. But we still have plenty of episodes to go. It's only episode 5. So, alright, those are my thoughts on it. And this is, you know, let me know if you think that's a fair way to judge these episodes. Send me a comment or something. But this is me signing out, saying click it up if you like it. Subscribe if you can, comment if you must, and this is Alert Wolf signing out.